Hi friends. Today in Rice we are going to talk about which to buy, old crop or new crop, right? Since we are in the month of November and this is the time when the new harvest and the new crops come in, right? So how do we decide both for domestic as well as export perspective, right? Because a lot of times importers, for example, in different countries, based on the rice, they say I don't want new crop, I always want old crop. In basmati there's a lot of times people say 1 year old, 2 year old. Whether really do you think you are buying 1 year old crop or 2 years old crop, or are you buying a new crop, right? So I want to advise you, my friends, based on my knowledge as to how to decide whether to buy new crop and or old crop based on the rice, right? So quickly let's go with the example of few rice, right? So let's start with basmati, right? In all the varieties of rice, my friends, in my opinion, the concept of old rice and new rice, right, new crop versus old crop, is mostly only in raw rice. It might be basmati raw, it might be IR64 raw, it might be Sona Masuri raw, it might be kolam raw. In any particular rice, the majorly care has to be given whenever you are buying a raw rice, right? So in raw rice it makes sense whether you make sure whether you're buying new rice, new crop or old crop. But if you're buying steam, or if you're buying sella, or if you're buying parboiled rice, in my opinion, you don't have to focus too much. Yes, you have to, but you don't have to worry too much about a new crop or old crop, my friends, right? So let's take an example, why this comes into the picture, right? If you are into the rice trade, अगर आप चावल के business में हो, तो what happens is when you test cook, lot of people want to know how is the cooking of this rice. If you cook, what will be the cooking result of the rice, right? So when keeping cooking result into consideration, if you cook raw rice which is new crop, the raw rice new crop will always become very very sticky, right? If you cook raw rice old crop, then the problem of stickiness will not be there, right? The same thing if you cook a new crop of steam rice, then if the grain is good, there will be no problem at all. Let's come to very specific rice varieties right now, and let's also, for exporters who are here, my friends, I will also would like to give you some inputs on who wants to buy raw new crop versus who wants to buy old crop, right? So let's go by a few. Let me take an example of few rice varieties. Let's start with IR64, my friends. I know that there are a lot of exporters who are into the business of IR64. There are a lot of importers who are into the business of IR64, both raw and parboiled. So let me talk about IR64 raw, right? Every country has a preference. If you are an exporter exporting to West Africa region, right, IR64, then in West Africa there is no much stringent requirement in terms of old or new crop, right? But whether it has to be rice to rice or whether it has to be paddy to rice, right? So if you are into West Africa, my friends, India exports roughly around 15,000 crores worth of rice to West Africa. And what goes to West Africa? It's majorly IR64 raw and parboiled, Swarna raw and parboiled, and yes, little bit of basmati and other varieties go. But the major variety that goes to West Africa is white rice, which can be IR64, which can be Swarna. Now in IR64, almost 15,000 crores, my friends. So West Africa is the biggest opportunity for high volume trade, high volume rice trade. So there is no problem, right? Because West Africa needs a lot of rice. They cannot stick and say that I want old crop or I want new crop. it becomes very difficult. The demand is very very huge. So rice बेचते चावल कम पड़ जाता है 15,000 crore का बिजनेस करने के लिए. So there for Africa, whatever, whether it's new crop, old crop, rice to rice, paddy to rice, it's mostly rice to rice, because the cheaper variety is what it goes to mostly to West Africa, right? Now, so there you don't face a problem. But if you are exporting rice to Asian countries, might be Singapore, might be Vietnam, might be Philippines, might be any of the Asian countries, Malaysia, then they are very particular about what you are exporting in white rice, whether it is new crop, whether it is old crop. Mostly the Asian countries, in the Asian countries, Vietnam for example is there to they always buy old crop. They always want old crop of IR64, whereas Singapore for example also wants IR64 old crop, right? Say for example you have a consignment which is going to Indonesia for example, right, through some other port or something, then Indonesia always prefers to have fresh rice, the newest crop, right? So this is what is. So keep in mind my friends, Africa ke liye you have open choice, you can decide whatever old or new crop. For Vietnam it has to be always old crop. For Singapore they always prefer old crop. For Indonesia they always want IR64 or Swarna new crop for Indonesia. And then Malaysia, when they buy, Malaysia buys both the qualities, new crop as well as old crop. So when they buy, they will make it very specific. So all those my friends who are in the rice business, never forget to ask questions from your importers. Do you want old crop? Do you want new crop? Do you want rice to rice? Do you want paddy to rice? Do you want length in IR64? Do you want length to be 6 mm, or you for your average length of 5.6 mm is okay? Everything plays a role, and it is very easy my friends. Any of you, if you have any doubts regarding IR64 or rice, please leave me a comment and I will try to answer that question, right? So this is about IR64, new crop or old crop. Whereas new crop is just coming. So in areas of Gondia, in various areas of Chhattisgarh, Raipur in Chhattisgarh, these areas, the Swarna raw rice new crop just has come out, right? So it has just come out. I would like to tell you what is the price roughly it's going to be, right? So Swarna new crop is opened at around 21 rupees per kg, or 2100 per quintal, or 21,000 per ton. So to my friends who are importers in other countries, so 2100, so 21,000, say let me divide it by today's dollar, say 74. So roughly 283 US dollars ex mill loose Swarna white rice new crop is what has just started. IR64 new crop also, the market has not really opened up that well, it has just started. So in IR64 we saw that how new crop versus old crop, because it is raw rice is always, new crop is always very sticky, old crop is not sticky. So that is the way, right? Let us come to Sona Masuri rice. Before we talk about in Sona Masuri rice, my friends, before we talk about whether Sona Masuri to buy new crop or old crop, let me answer one more question quickly about Sona Masuri rice, right? So in Sona Masuri rice, what happens is, lot of people when they go to buy Sona Masuri rice in the market, what happens is, as I told in my earlier videos also, Sona Masuri rice, there are a lot of rice which look similar to Sona Masuri rice. What does it make? What does it have? What it should have? A rice should have to look like a Sona Masuri rice. It has to be short grain. It is less than about 5 mm in length, right? And thickness is also, it's a very thin, almost a very slim and thin grain, right? Short and slim. It will, any rice short and slim will always look like a Sona Masuri. But the quality differs from Sona Masuri to Nellore Sona, to GR11, to non-BPT, pure BPT, Sona Mansuri which is available in UP, Bihar. So in different regions, the quality will definitely vary. In international markets and in South Indian markets, people give a lot of preference to the original Sona Masuri that is available in the Karnataka regions, Gangavati, Siruguppa, Raichur region. So before going into new crop and old crop, it is very important to understand the Sona Masuri grain. Now, in Sona Masuri, what happens is, assume that you are buying steam rice now. In steam rice, you can always go ahead and buy the new crop. You will not have any complaints in the cooking complaints in Sona Masuri new crop. But you have to make sure you are buying Sona Masuri. You are not buying Nellore Sona, right? So Nellore Sona will have a problem. The cooking quality is not very great. It is very cheap. The rice is very cheap. So if your requirement is cheap and mediocre cooking, then it is fine. You can buy it. Otherwise, if you are buying really original Sona Masuri rice, if you are steam new crop, you can just close your eyes and you can buy it. The reason being that people in India and in international markets, in Sona Masuri, what they see is that they need good cooking. So if they keep 2.5 to 3 ratio of water for every cup of rice, if they keep about even if it 2.5 or 3 cups of water, they want the cooking to come out very nicely. So that will come out in Sona Masuri. Plus, the one more thing that they check in international market for Sona Masuri is that they cook and they keep it in a box or in a plastic or in a paper cover. They fold it and they keep it until the next afternoon. If they cook today night, they keep until the next afternoon and they watch the rice as to see whether the rice really goes bad until next afternoon, whether the rice can withstand until next afternoon. So they want these two things, and the last thing they want is when they cook, they want the volume of the rice to increase. They want the rice to be cooked soft and nice when it is cooked. तो ये देखते हैं सोना मसूरी में. तो ये सब तीनों कंडीशन जो है 1:2 1:3 वाटर रेशियो में कुकिंग होना चाहिए, and it has to last till the next afternoon, and the cooking has to be nice. Then you have to buy Sona Masuri rice, and in that new crop also will do a fairly good job. But if you are buying Sona Masuri raw, again you have to buy a old crop. If you buy a new crop, it is going to be sticky. So if sticky rice is okay with you, then definitely you can go. Some people also nowadays in the market, there is a kind of concept of khichdi rice and things like that. So raw mein hamesha, always keep in mind, my friends, in raw rice it's always going to be new crop is going to be sticky, old crop is going to be no problem. But in steam rice and in parboiled rice, you don't have to worry too much about this, right? So in basmati, there has always been a lot of people in the packaging, they write 1 year old, 2 years old. In basmati again, that 1 year old, 2 year old, mostly the concept again is in raw rice, right? So if you buy any well-known basmati rice in the market, 1 kg pack, the 2 kg pack, right, which you get, they are sold also at a very premium price. If you see inside that the rice is very white, like paper white in color, that means it is raw rice, right? And raw rice, they always make sure that it has to be a old crop, meaning the paddy is kept, the paddy goes through aging process, the moisture, the paddy dries, the aroma, there is chemical changes that happen in a paddy. So in raw rice that happens. But if you buy 1121 basmati, 1509 basmati, 1409 sugandha, pia, these kind of rice, if it is steam, it is always a new crop, my friends. But in new crop, if you are very particular about cooking and things like that, there is one thing that you can do. Normally, when does the harvest come? The harvest comes during the time of Diwali, right? In November, right? So this is the time when a new crop comes, right? So what you can do, you can delay buying new crop, even if it is steam, if you want to buy. If you are really particular about this new crop or old crop, you can start buying after probably 1 month. probably by end of December you can start buying if you're really worried about this, right? So 1 month the paddy would have probably given time to dry, and the cooking results will be even much better. But in my opinion, friends, in new crop versus old crop, the only concentration that you need to do is only for raw rice. This concept of old, lot of people, I know that lot of, I have heard a lot of from a lot of people that they always say, I don't want new crop, I don't want old crop. My friends, that is only for old crop, only for raw rice. Because why am I telling you this is because, if for example, if you are not a rice miller, you are a trader or an exporter, if you are thinking that you are buying a old crop, but if you are the you are the miller is actually giving you new crop, saying that it is old crop, because in steam it is very difficult to make out, because if you want the rice to look like an old crop in Sona Masuri, for example, if you want in Sona Masuri, if you want a rice to look like an old crop, it is very easy to in the milling process. All that you have to do is dry the paddy at about 9.5 to 10% moisture, and after drying, then it goes for milling, right? Steaming, right? So once it is steamed, the resting happens after the process of steaming. Then the paddy is put to rest. If you keep the resting for more amount of time, like 4 hours, 5 hours, then it attracts color on the paddy, right? So that creamy color will make it look as if it is an old crop, right? So so by looking, it is definitely not a very good sign of making understand as to how it's a new crop or old crop. You can really cook and see. Some people say that new crop might not cook in about 1:3 ratio of rice to water. But in Sona Masuri, in my opinion, or in any steam rice, what I'm trying to tell you is, the new crop is always can be a good option to buy. Not very particular, and you don't have to be at risk. But if it is Nellore Sona, for example, if you are buying, or if you are buying a BPT or a Rupali steam from, say, Gondia, Nagpur, right, where these kind of grains are not very premium grains, and these kind of paddy are a bit sold cheaper. So in those kind of varieties, Nellore Sona, the BPT from Gondia, again there is pure BPT 5204, the code of the BPT 5204, which is available in Andhra and Telangana also, which is again a very good grain quality. In that, again, the new crop will not give you any problem. So it purely depends on which paddy are you buying. Simple, my friends. Say for example, Sona Masuri is today selling at, say, 26 rupees a kg. Pure BPT is selling at, say for example, 30 rupees a kg. Whereas Nellore Sona is selling at about 23 rupees a kg. Or BPT from Gondia is selling at about 24 rupees or 25 rupees a kg. It is understood that if the rice is selling cheaper, why is it selling cheaper, right? That means the cooking characteristics, the grain characteristics is a little bit lower than the Sona Masuri or pure BPT variant, right? Pure BPT is sold at higher price because it's a premium grain, and the cooking is going good, right? So new crop versus old crop, my friends, this is what today's video is all about. I hope this was valuable information. I would like to request viewers to, if you have any comments, leave it so that we can later make a video for you. If there is any doubt in rice exports, how to buy importers. I have a question here from Antik Mondal, which is there any possibility to get international trader? I want a commission agent international. Well, this international trader and international agent normally is very high in IR64 and Swarna kind of rice, because these are the very high volume rice, right? So the rice that goes into West African regions, or say South America, the high volume which goes of IR64 and Swarna normally happens through either international traders or international commission agents, right? They sit anywhere in, say for example, Brazil, even in they sit in Africa also. They might sit in Paris, they might sit in Singapore, they will sit very much in Dubai, right, where they sit and they trade for these countries because they know how to get payments and all from these countries. So there are definitely a lot of international traders and commission agents, in the world for the high volume products, right? If you are looking at rice like, for example, say Sona Masuri or Gobind Bhog rice, these kind of rice, it's in this kind of rice, what happens is, there are large amount of importers importing small amount of consignment in these kind of rice. But in IR64 and Swarna, what happens is there are few buyers, but each buyer import a very high volume, because sometimes they place orders for 500 containers, 1000 containers, right? So 25,000 tons, 50,000 tons, 1 lakh tons. This is what so small traders will not be able to cater to these kind of requirements, because it needs a lot of funding capacity, sourcing capacity, and arrangements of logistics and stuff like that. A high amount of US dollars will be has to be hedged for any dollar fluctuations. There are a lot of things to do. So if you are aspiring exporter or a new exporter, start with 1 container, 2, and gradually go to 5 to 10 containers. Once you do 5 to 10 containers, then automatically it will take you to 15-20 containers, and that is how you can increase your scale. Right now all you need to do is to focus on 1 container order for any one country. With that confidence, then you can build your sales. You will export. A lot of people have asked me as to how to make funding available for exports. It's a very interesting subject. You will have to keep doing this. It might take you 1 year, 2 years, but most importantly, my friends, how learning exports is important. But you don't forget one important thing, which is you need to know the rice, right? Because rice is a very vast subject. If you are buying IR64, there is concept of rice to rice, paddy to rice, old crop, new crop, 6 mm length, 5.6 mm length. So you will have to understand this, which is very easy. We have tried to make many videos as much as possible. I am very happy to make more videos on this, my friends. Just leave comments so that I can get to know what is the questions that you have in your mind, which I can bring to the table for you, all of you, right? So thank you so much, friends. Today's topic was actually on new crop versus old crop. So I will come back soon with another video. Thank you so much.